Hi guys, cutting it close today. I know it's 11:02 and I gotta have this video to Miss Lippy by 11:20. So here it goes. I'm gonna make it quick as I can. Usually I'm not good at that, and we all know that. But hey guys, man, thank you. I read those cards yesterday. I'm gonna be honest with you. I started to tear up when you guys gave me the rocks and tried to hold it together in front of you. But I read through your cards that you gave me yesterday. Um, I am Usually I'm not one for a loss of words, but I am right now. I'm just grateful. I'm just grateful for you guys. I'm grateful for your ability to open up and be, to tell me kind of, where you're at and, the impact that maybe I've had or whatever on your life. I don't know how to thank you, and I'm not doing a good job right now. I just want to tell you I appreciate you so much because that was probably the best birthday gift that I've ever received. It meant very, very much to me, and so I thank you. All the rocks that you painted for me are decorating my windowsill, and I think they're just beautiful. I just love them so much, and honestly, I came into work today. I was tired. It's been a long week. Had a lot going on, things on my mind, and then just talking with you guys this morning. Uh, I went over the windowsill and I read those rocks, and I'm like, I'm alive. You guys energize me. So thank you very much. That's awesome. Those will be with me forever. I love them. I also asked for topics for the video today, and I got two great ones, and I think they might intertwine a little bit. So I'm going to start with the first one that came in a few days actually before the one I got this morning, and that was, when we're consequenced or when something happens bad in our life, and we are having to deal with a negative effect. I heard the term this morning, all or nothing thinking. One of you guys said it, and I was like, hey, you remember we've talked about that, all or nothing thinking, right? Sometimes when small things happen, staff takes five or something like that. That all or nothing thinking comes in because then you start spiraling, right? Like, oh man, I lost five. That could turn if I screw up again, that's 10, and if whatever happens, now it's 20. I failed my hour, and who knows? Then I'm just going to be so upset I might fail my day, and you just get going and rolling and rolling and rolling. And that's ironic that you've brought that up recently because that's kind of I'm all or nothing thinking. I'm very all or nothing thinking. For me, it's and I've been talking to you guys about small steps, but for me, things like that, if I mess up or if I fall short of expectations, it's like I'm irredeemable. Clearly, I can't come back from that. It's over. Pack up your bags, Ryan. You're done. You lost your job or whatever. That's just something I struggle with. But that's probably due a lot to my life, and I'm sure that's probably a lot to do with your lives as well. In situations where you got in a fight with somebody, or you had a disagreement or whatever, and really, unfortunately, either you didn't possess the skills to come together and resolve that conflict, or maybe that person didn't teach you that or model that for you, and the only way to resolve that conflict is either it's that all or nothing thinking, and usually the all is, hey, we're fighting, or I'm leaving and we're never going to resolve this. And so that's a struggle. And so now when you're sitting in this in your unit or whatever in the classroom, and something happens like that, you can't leave, and you just have to sit and deal with that all or nothing thinking, and it gets pretty stressful because you can't even go take a walk right now. Not a small task to have to deal with that, and I get it. That's a struggle, but man, let's recognize it about ourselves. Sometimes those little things don't have to spiral into big things, and it takes a lot of effort for me personally to talk myself away from that. It's going to take a lot of effort for you too. Don't let one small little hiccup ruin the whole day. Sometimes that happens where we just let things or people or whatever get into our head, and it just kind of consumes us, and it affects the whole day. And ultimately, what happens? We're outwardly mean or impatient with others, and we're, making more problems for ourselves or more conflicts. And now it really is all or nothing, because you're in it and you can't bring yourself out of it. So it's that spiral. We've talked about this spiral a lot. That action, when you're in that state of mind and when you're acting out towards others, that goes into the other message I got this morning, and it was a really good one, and it made me think too, because the message was, sometimes when people are outwardly upset, mean, rude, quiet, distant, or just plain awful, it might not be. They might not have those angry feelings in their heart. Maybe they're just worried. Maybe just the process that I just described. Maybe they got consequenced, and now they're just stressed because they might fail their day. And so the next person that talks to them, isn't going to get a warm, friendly, greeting. They're going to get a snap because, hey man, I got other things going on. Like, my brain's going bananas right now thinking about how my day might dive bomb. And I might drop a level, or I might lose privileges or something like that. So that was a good message, I thought, too. And I thought I could combine the both, because it kind of goes for each side. The folks that are those all or nothing thinkers, it takes work. And it takes work for you to really talk to yourself and breathe through situations and say, you know what? It's 10 points. I still got 10 more before I fail this hour. I could do this. I'm going to keep it together. I'll get through the hour, then I'll get through the next hour. It's going to be a good day. For me, this morning, I felt like I didn't have energy. I was just kind of here and getting through it, and thought that was going to be my whole day. And then lo and behold, you guys come along and energize me, and now I'm telling myself, you know what? Let's do it. Let's finish strong. Let's get through the week. Let's make it happen. And then again, that second message for, giving people grace when they're in those situations. Maybe, if they're snapping at you or they're being rude or even picking on you or something like that, we really don't know what's going on in other people's heads, and we really don't know the struggle that they're fighting internally. So to grant some grace to that person and just give them some space, or allow them to explain to you why they reacted that way, whatever the case is, it's pretty powerful when we get through those processes. So thanks guys. You guys give me awesome suggestions for these videos, and I really do. I think about these things. I have messages, and then we kind of couple them together, and we build this thing as a team. And so these are as much of you as they are of me. And I'm really grateful for that, because it sounds like we're starting to think, the way we should. You guys are light years ahead of where I was at your age. I wasn't thinking like you. I really wasn't. I was more in a portion of my brain that was strictly survival. I wasn't taking into account all of the emotional parts that we're talking about and the skill building that we're talking about. So consider yourselves advanced, and that gives me a lot of hope for you guys and a lot of optimism for what you're going to do in this world. I already had that, because I know you're all going to be great and overcome this, and you're writing your own victory story right now, like we always say. Keep going. And once again, thank you so much. You guys made my birthday just unbelievable. Usually it's not that big of a deal for me as a day, but for you guys to do that and really state to me the impact that I have in your life, I can't ask for a better present than that. I really can't. That's my whole goal. That's my mission, and that's the mission of this entire building, is to make that impact on you. So for you guys to recognize that means the world to me. It really does. As you could tell, as I started to cry yesterday in front of all of you. I won't tell you how hard I cried when I read your cards, but that's for another time. Have a good one, guys. Cycle breakers, right? Unite. Take care. Have a good one.